afternoon. Welcome. The energy of love is within us and is us. Whole and complete is the I am that we are. We awaken to the truth of our being. Will this be done within and without? May we come to recognize that we receive all that we give. We know that we have forgiven ourselves when we forgive others of all grievances held within our minds. May we not be led in temptation by the voice of separation, but indeed may we transcend all illusions. For ours is the power, love, and peace of Christ consciousness found within each of us, who is but perfect extension of the one mind and heart that is shared by all and is our birthright as the holy extensions of love itself. Our affirmation of faith. We believe in one God, the author and energy of all life, whose love sustains the universe and all things found within it. Our 5 Christ principles. 1. There is only one energy in the universe. That energy is love, at all times active in everyone, everywhere. 2. We are the divine energy of love, and that energy is found throughout the universe and in all things, whether seen or unseen. 3. We create our experiences by what we choose to think, feel, and believe, thereby establishing our responsibility for our own choices. 4. Through opening our heart center, we connect with energy of love and bring out the Christ within us. And 5. We express our desire to be of service when we live and demonstrate Christ consciousness in all our affairs. And remember, God loves you like crazy.
Hello everyone, and welcome to those who are here, those who are watching, and those who will watch later in the week. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here at the Church of Christ Consciousness. We really are here for those who are truly ready to live the truth of their being. Today, I think you'll find it interesting. I've titled the talk, Stop Complaining and Do This Instead. Stop complaining. I think most of you know when you're complaining, but you definitely know when you hear others complaining, right? You know it. And have you ever noticed that when someone's complaining, within about 30 seconds, they're cycled right back to talking about the same thing? Is just a repeat of what has already been said, right? But what is complaining? What are you doing when you complain? It may only be just one statement, but what are you doing when you complain? And a complaint could be something like, I don't like this. I don't want to do this. Anything. It can be anything. What you're doing when you're complaining is you are immediately in resistance. And you think, well, who cares? Well, the universe cares. Because the universe is listening. When you start complaining about something and you are resisting, you are putting the energy of resistance into your conscious field of awareness. And the universe picks it up and says, oh, this person wants more of that, and will give you more and more to complain about. Because it seems like that's what you want to do. Yet you don't realize that that when you are in resistance because of complaining, you literally are acting as an opposing force, because that's what to complain and to resist means. You're an opposing force. Well, you may not think that that's anything destructive, but think about it. You have two forces coming together, opposing one another. That creates conflict. When you complain, you will find more and more to be conflicted about. In other words, you will find more and more where you're not in peace. Because that's what's happening. You are opposing peace. When you complain, you literally are outside of all that is good. I want you to think of that. When you are complaining, you are standing outside of all that is good, because the universe always has your highest good in mind. Always. So what can you do? I don't want to spend so much time on the complaining part. What can you do instead of complaining? Are you ready? So don't throw anything at me. It is and here's what I want you to begin to say. Do this instead. Say to yourself, it is my great pleasure to do or to be. In other words, put a blank. It is my great pleasure to blank. So if somebody asks you to do something, right? And you're like, I don't really want to do it. I don't like to do that. Stop. Recognize you're headed in the opposite direction from peace, and say, it is my great pleasure. So before I even came here this afternoon to discuss this, I want you to know I have been doing it. All right? So I'm going to give you a couple examples. My mom, as you know, many of you know, has been placed into a memory care facility. It's about 2 months ago, and she has Alzheimer's. Well, for years before she had Alzheimer's, she and I had agreed that if anything happened to her, a few of her little things I would take. They would be mine. Well, I found out that a member of my family's already gone through everything, given everything away, including those things that were to come to me. Well, naturally I wanted to complain. Even more so, right? I really wanted to complain. I even picked up my phone to make a phone call. And I put it back down because I knew to stop. Stop right there. Stop in my tracks. Because if I didn't, I knew I was going down a path that I did not want to go down. I did not want to lose peace. And I was already right there at the precipice. And I've been practicing it for 3 weeks. And I thought to myself, it is my great pleasure to give you the things that were to be given to me. It's my great pleasure. And by saying that, what immediately opened up in my own mind was, They're just things. They're just things. Yes, I would have liked to have had them, but they're just things. Am I going to allow attachment to things to derail my peace? Now, yes, my mom wanted me to have that stuff, but in the end, will it matter? Will she know? She has Alzheimer's. How much of it has she already forgotten? So I would be the one making a stink of it. And I'm not going to make a stink because I would rather have my peace. Another example. Like I said, I've been doing this now for 3 weeks. And boy, has it shifted my perceptions. My partner, when he cooks something, just puts the dirty dishes in the sink. If I fix something, wash as I go. I don't like dirty dishes in the sink. Well, every morning I get up and there's what? Dirty dishes in the sink. And I would, excuse my language, bitch, moan, and complain, right? But it never seemed to do any good. So 3 weeks ago, I got up and I saw the dirty dishes. I went, stop. Don't start a story in your head and just keep on going. That's complaining. And it will take you right down the path to conflict. Throw peace right out of the window. So I said, stop. It is my great pleasure to do these dishes. So I did the dishes, put them away. Didn't say a word, right? Not a word. Just in my head, it is my great pleasure to. And I've been doing it now for 3 weeks. Well, over the last 4 days, without saying a word, I've gotten up and the dishes have been done and put away. There's the change in perception. When it no longer bothers you, you'll find out everything changes. When it no longer bothers you, the universe goes, okay, it's no longer bothers this person. The dirty dishes were no longer bothering me. I didn't have to ask for there to be a change. There automatically was a change. That is how the universe works. That's how God works. Recognize that every time you complain, the universe is like, unhappy. This person must want to be unhappy. So we'll continue to do everything in its power so that you can be unhappy, since that is what you appear to want and desire. You get what you want. Please hear that one more time. You get exactly what you want, and you will see and experience exactly that which you want. And if it is to be miserable, you will be miserable. And the universe will help you create as many things to be miserable about. And you will just keep creating misery for yourself. Because you are the creator of your experiences. How do you change it? You have a perceptual change. You change your mind. Change your mind. And when you stop complaining and recognize it is my great pleasure to blank, you're in love. You're coming from the heart. The heart then has been elevated, and love is what is being called for. When I stepped back and recognized, as stupid as this may sound, dirty dishes in the sink were a call for love. The family member who got rid of everything without thinking, it was a call for love. Now, I can either react or I can respond in love. That's up to me. It's up to you. The choice to what you do in any experience is up to you. And by the way, there's only two choices that you can ultimately choose from. You can either choose to complain, be miserable, and be in conflict, or you can choose love and be at peace. No matter what is being asked of you, no matter what is being asked of you in that moment, no matter what it is that someone may ask of you or they may say, those are your two choices: misery or peace. I don't know about y'all, but peace is much more enjoyable, much happier. It's a better place to be. Because when you are in peace, you're receptive and you're asking the universe for more and more of that which is good. Because that's what the universe wants. Everything for your highest good. If you want misery, then the universe sees that that's what you want and gives it to you because it believes that's for your highest good, which it is. Because sooner or later, when you get miserable enough, you will change. You will have that perceptual change. But the choice is always, always yours. No one, by the way, no one can make you complain. No one can make you miserable but you. And when you recognize it is my great pleasure to do whatever it is that's in front of you, my great pleasure. I know people who don't like to make their bed, and they moan and they complain about it. Yeah, I don't want to make my bed. I don't need to make my bed, but my partner, my wife, my husband wants the bed made. Okay, make the bed. Who cares? Who cares? Let it be your great pleasure to make the bed. Let it be your great pleasure to do whatever is asked, as long as it is not harming you, that person, or another person. If it's not harming anyone, do it. And I'll end it with this. Why? Why is it so important to say it is my great pleasure to do? My great pleasure to do blank. Because you're being of service. You're serving the kingdom. And by serving the kingdom will serve you. Jesus tells us that. But if you fight the kingdom, guess what the kingdom's going to do with you? Ignore you. Not going to fight back because it doesn't defend, because it doesn't need to. It will ignore you. And then you will feel denied. And let me tell you, denial is as total as love. And you will feel deprived of all that which is good, beautiful, and holy. It's your choice. So remember, the next time you want to complain about something, it is my great pleasure to do and know that you are serving in love the kingdom, and that the kingdom responds and serves you. Wow. That is how to create a beautiful and happy life. Period. So thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Would you play for us for a moment until we do the meditation?
let's move around just a little bit in our seats and get comfortable and sit in a position that's comfortable for you. And as you close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in love and breathe out peace. Breathe in love and breathe out peace. And as you sit there, just relax into your heart. And if thoughts pop into your mind, observe them. And if they're a thought of conflict, ask yourself, how could I have been of service? And thank it, embrace it, and let it go. If it's a thought of peace, thank it and embrace it. And as you go about your day this week, whenever you're around other people, ask, how am I of service? How can I be of service to this person in this moment?
Thank you for Ms. Bobby for starting us. Thank you, Ms. Penny, for the meditation. Again, thank you to each and every one of you who are here this afternoon. And thank you, Kevin, for the beautiful music. Stop complaining and say, it is my good pleasure to do this. See how your life changes. And changes quickly. If you would, silently say with me our closing prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, all that we receive. We give and receive through love, in love, from love, by love, and in the name of love. Amen. See you next week. Bye, everyone.
That wasn't easy.